You may have heard about the quantum computers before, but have you ever seen it? In this video, we are going to present quantum computer physical aspects as well as how it works. So here we have our quantum computer and we have various concentric layers which is decreasing area wise from top to bottom. So first component is our top plate and connectors where 300 Kelvin is maintained. So we have this top interface plate and we have all input output lines, microwave, DC, readout, flux bias, sensors and vacuum port. So all these enter through this plate. Next we have thermal shield. So here 50 Kelvin temperature is maintained. First radiation shield cooled by the cryocooler intercept most of the heat from room temperature. So basically what these concentric layers are doing is they are reducing the heat transfer so that we can maintain minimum temperature. Okay. The third layer is our thermal shield and here we maintain 4 Kelvin temperature and this is our second radiation shield cooled by helium 4, okay, isotope of helium, and it further reduces the heat load to lower stages. We can see that temperature is decreasing from top to bottom, right? Our fourth layer is the still plate. Here we maintain 800 millikelvin to 1 Kelvin. We can see that temperature further reduces, right? So here helium still stage of the dilution refrigerator, okay. Next we have the cold plate. Temperature further reduces to 100 millikelvin and here we are using pre-cooling stage before the mixing chamber. Next we have mixing chamber and here 10 millikelvin temperature is maintained. The mixing chamber where helium 3 and helium 4, these are the isotopes of helium and they cool the system to approximately 10 millikelvin. Okay, so temperature is quite low here, right? Next we have the quantum processor which we call qubits. So superconducting chips contains qubits fabricated on a chip. We also call it transmon qubits. These are mounted at the coldest point and the temperature is approximately 10 millikelvin. Next we have the readout and control assembly which contains readout resonators, filters, attenuators and multiplexer components. These are located close to the qubits for low noise signal routing. Next we have wiring harness. These are the coaxial cables which we can see here. Superconducting and coaxial cables that carry microwave control pulses, we can see here, right? After that we have cryogenic amplifiers which maintains temperature up to 4 Kelvin and then 50 Kelvin. So these are used for amplification, okay. And next we have the room temperature electronics where it generates control pulses, processes signals and communicates with classical computers here. After that we have vacuum chamber. We have vacuum chamber and vibration isolation system. So here we maintain ultra high vacuum for thermal insulation and system stability. So here the pressure is less than 10 raised to power minus 7 millibar. So very ultra high vacuum, okay, for system stability. And the last one is the vibration isolation system where we are using these dampers to dampen out external vibrations. We can also see the cross section view of our system here. These are our cross section system, same system cross section wise, and close up of qubit chip we can see here. This is our vacuum chamber isolation. With the help of this quantum computer simulation, we'll understand how quantum computer works. So we have various stages here. So first is the problem input. So in problem input, we have various problems here like Grover search, Shor factoring, Bell state. So we are going to choose this Shor factoring which is used in cryptography. So what we are going to do is we want prime factors of a very large number, right? Classical computers cannot do this thing because it will take, you can say that, many years, right? But here with the help of quantum computer we can quickly do it. But in order to show you, I am just using the prime factor of 15, but in real scenario you can take very large number. Okay, so first is our problem input, and here we can see our quantum computer which we have seen previously, right? And we have all these concentric rings where the temperature is decreasing, and here we have these quantum, these qubits. Here we can select our bits. Let's say we are here, we are selecting, let's say increase the number of qubits to 8, and we have coherence time will increase. Coherence time means the time it takes for qubits to remain in the superposition state. Okay, and error rate, let's decrease it to 1%, and let's execute it. When I execute this quantum computation, it will go through all these process of compilation to cool, pulse, compute, read out, amplify, acquire, and the process. So let's do it here. So we can see quantum bits generating the pulses and doing all these things, right? And here we are getting the value. So how these things work? First we have selected our problem statement, and then we are using control pulses to push these qubits in different states, superposition or entanglement state. And after that we are computing, right? Based on this we are doing qubit manipulation, and we have various quantum gates circuits, okay, which are doing all these things. And later on, based on the superposition and entanglement, we are getting all these states, state readout, we have signals. After getting the computation from the quantum computer, we are acquiring this data, and later on we are getting the probability. Here we can see that p is equal to 3 and p is equal to 5 have the highest higher probability, 60%. So p is equal to 3 and p is equal to 5 is 25%. Okay, so that's why our factors here 15 is 3 into 5. I am showing you this small number which we can also do in classical computer, but the main purpose of quantum computers is to carry out these calculations of very large numbers. Okay, let's say in place of this 15 we have a very large number, let's say up to many digits, and we want to take the prime factor. So with the help of quantum computers we can do it within seconds, or we can say that within hours. Also we can see here the system log, where we can see all the things, all the steps. Okay, starts from the compile, then it's cooling this region so that qubits works properly, then pulse are generated. Okay, then computation occurs with the help of these quantum gate circuits, then we are reading all these values here, then amplifying the signals, then acquiring the data, and after that we are getting the process here, the output. So thank you so much.